Hi, welcome back to Grow New Plants. So today I'm doing a little bit of a follow-up video on the figs, the winter figs that I grew indoors. I've got these in the greenhouse right now just because I got more room to film the stuff out here. It's warm out here, cold outside, but it's warm in the greenhouse, so they'll be fine. So I'm just going to do this outside so I can have more room to show you how I do this process. So the figs that I did yesterday, they had been in the pots for 7 weeks and I'd watered them twice. So I'm guessing maybe about every 2.5 weeks or so is how often I'm needing to water these things. So I'm going to move the camera in a little bit and then I'm going to kind of show you my process on how I water these. Okay, so these particular figs, this is actually two bunches of figs or two groups. All these from here up are some I got from a guy over in Fort Worth named Rudy Perez. I got them off of Facebook and he has a huge collection. He's in Fort Worth, so he's probably, I guess, maybe 30, 40 miles away from me. But I ordered them and he shipped them to me just for ease, to make it easier for me. But his cuttings are really good. They are really fresh. He cuts them as somebody orders them. And these particular figs, I just looked it up, and they're 4 weeks old. And I got 100% germination. These are some other, all these germinated too in the back, but these were some different ones. And the only ones that were slow were these little ones right here, and these are Ronde de Bordeaux. And he told me when I ordered them, he said, all I've got are some really thin cuttings, but he said if I wanted them, he would give me 3 of them, and then he would throw in an extra fig too. I think he threw in the Vista, I believe was the other one that he threw in. And so I said, yeah, that's fine, let's do that. And actually I did one of them as a fig pop, it rooted. And the other, this one's already rooted, put a shoot up, and this one has got a bud coming out on the top. So they're all gonna end up making it. And I was really nervous because he had some figs that I really wanted. So I had a San Joseph that I paid $45 for, which I've never paid that much for one cutting yet. I've paid, I don't know, $20, $25 maybe at the most. But I really wanted that one, so I rolled the dice. There were some other ones that I wanted, but I was afraid to get any of those really high dollar ones till I could prove to myself that I could root them. But the St. Joseph rooted. I think I got a Monaco that was like $20. It rooted. Everything I got rooted, so tickled to death. So anyway, he's Texas Raised Figs is his YouTube page. I'll put a link down the bottom if you want to go check him out. But I highly recommend him for cuttings. He's easy to work with. He'll answer any questions you have, and he's got really good high quality cuttings. So I'm going to get started here. So what I do is basically I'm watering from the bottom up on these things. So what I do is I got these containers. This is just a storage container. If you end up buying these tree pots and trays, this storage container from Walmart, it fits perfect down inside of it. So basically what I do is I sit the container down into the water jug or into the storage container, and then I just take a bucket of water and I start pouring water in here. And I put maybe 2 or 3 inches of water in there, and then as soon as I get the water in there, I take a piece of tape and I'm gonna mark the top. So right there at the bottom of that is where my water level is. And I'm gonna let these things just sit in here for, now I've done it before, so I kind of know it takes about 30 minutes. So I'm gonna let these things sit in here for about 30 minutes and I'll be able to see how much water they absorbed. And the other thing too that I forgot to put on the video, but I did it beforehand, I weigh these things on a scale, and that gives me a rough idea. When these things were initially put in, depending on the pot, I mean, they weren't all the same, but they were all somewhere around 750 to 900 grams when I first put them in here. That's what each pot weighed, on an average 750 to 900 grams. And so I weighed this pot and this pot here, and I think this one was about 600 and this one here was about 650. So I'm going to take them, once I let them sit for about 30 minutes, then I'll take them out, I'll weigh them again too, just to kind of get an idea. But I know I've just done this from experience. about 30 minutes sitting in about 2 or 3 inches of water. They'll absorb enough water and they're good for another 2 or 3 weeks. So I'm gonna let these things sit and we'll come back in 30 minutes. Okay, so it's been 30 minutes now, and right here was where my water level was, so it dropped a little bit more than a ½ inch already, so it soaked up quite a bit of water. So I'm gonna take them and move my bucket over and then pull the figs back out. And if you do these inside, if you're doing these inside, the lids that come with these storage containers, they actually work really good for when you pull. So when you pull these out, there's obviously going to be water running out of them. You can sit them inside those lids for about another 10 or 15 minutes or so and let them drain that way. So I'm going to take one of these. This one here is the one, if I remember correctly, it was about 600 grams, and I'm not set up to show you you just have to trust me on what the weight is now. So it was 600 grams before, and now it's 822 grams. So that gained, I don't know, I guess it's about a quarter of its weight. And I think this one was around 700 and it's 900. So they both gained about 200 grams of water. And you have no way of knowing where the water level is, but this is what I've been doing and it works. So about 30 minutes sitting in that water bath. And then if you're doing these in the summer, you're doing them outside in the greenhouse or in the shed or something, you can, a friend of mine, Larry, he's another fig grower here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. He's the one that kind of turned me on to the tree pots initially. And he just takes his and sits, he's got an old wagon and he sits them in the wagon and fills the wagon up with water and lets them soak up water and moves them back out and moves more plants in it. So that works really good. So anyway, I just wanted to show you pretty much, if you watch the other video and this video, it's everything you need. You should be able to have some pretty good success with these things. And I'm going to go into one other detail. So I bought another set of fig cuttings I bought the vast majority of these I bought off Facebook, or some of them off FigBid, some of them off of eBay. And they've been from individuals. And the majority of them will tell you when you order them, I took these things, when you ask for the cuttings, they go out and they prune them off their trees and send them. And I've done probably, I got 5 of these trays, full trays like this in my grow room. And I've had probably 5 different people that I bought from, and I've had almost complete success with all of them except for one place, and I bought it from a nursery. And I'm not gonna say a name because I'm just not gonna get into that on disparaging somebody, but it's a big nursery, and my guess is that they're dealing with massive amounts of cuttings, and they probably did not take the care that these individuals did to send out good cuttings. And I spent quite a bit of money on those cuttings, and I probably had, I'm guessing, about 60% success with those. And I lost some cuttings that I paid over $20 a piece for, several around the $20 range, several around the $12 to $15 range cuttings. I had a few of the more expensive ones that made it, so hopefully I'll make up for it with that. But anyway, just look on Facebook, and there's tons of Facebook fig groups. And if you look on there and find reputable sellers, and you can go in and search all the things they've sold and look at the comments from people, and people say, man, your cuttings are great, I had great success with them. That's really your best bet on finding who you're going to buy your fig cuttings from. So anyway, I know Rudy is good. The cuttings that I did in the first video, that was another Facebook guy. I don't have his permission, so if anyone asks, I can tell you. But his cuttings were great, had 100% success with his. So anyway, be careful who you get your cuttings from. Get good fresh cuttings. If you follow this method, I think you're going to have pretty good success. Anyway, I appreciate you watching. Please like, please share, please subscribe. Thank you. Bye.